Can I get Pico up? Pico!
He's gonna be Mr. Cameraman now.
Pico,
Max?
come here. No problem, but my hand can't go up. Pico's just looking at him like, bro, just do what the woman says. Come on. Mickey! What can you do?
With his children today.
The kids, honestly.
Meow.
Why do none of the cats like us? There's so many, you would think one of them would come to us.
Yeah.
Children,
You're useless, by the way.
why don't you come to us, please? If we
Right.
were in mine, Pico would be all over us right now.
Yeah. Pico man, at least you please. Don't be
Pico!
like
Come on. Don't make me get up.
Romeo.
Pico, don't make me get up. I really can't be arsed.
No, he's going to sleep.
Like,
Come on.
Pico.
Oh my god, they all cracked. It was all like...
Oh fuck. I don't have the strength for this, Pico. Say coffee. Say
That's
hi.
better than the floor.
Say hi.
I'm Pico man.
Hey guys, this is Pico. Pico.
Okay, we need to be better. He just has a lot to say.
Yeah, he's got much to say to us.
He's like, I'm not having it.
You can't see. It's not there. He'll let me do this for you. He's like, oh, nighttime? Daytime!
Okay, where do we want to start from the third account?
Nobody will help if you find too close to the sun, 'cause you're gonna get burned. Yeah, you're gonna get burned.
Welcome back to Two Chicks, One Pod. Or, hi, nice to meet you. If you're not new, hey, what's a crack? Today we have a guest, and his name is Pico. Say hi, Pico. Say hi to the camera. No, okay. He might say hi later. Yeah, he likes to give his opinion. He likes to get involved. There you go. I don't know if you heard that, but he said hi.
I have 4 and none of them has intention to show up today to work.
Yeah, see, Pico's not happy because there's 4 other cats in here that are Val's cats, and yeah, they're all hiding. They don't want to be involved, but Pico likes the attention, so.
Like his mom.
Wow.
Yeah, he's like, he's giving me side eye.
Mum
What
must
did you
think
say about my
bye-bye.
mom? So today we found Leah's old
Twitter
Twitter account, and we
From-
decided we're just gonna read that.
I was 8, by the way, just to clarify. And I also don't use Twitter. So
Well,
when I
apparently you
was-
were popular in 2000.
How many followers
14.
do I have? We'll start with that. How many people do I follow and how many followers?
48 followers.
I have 48. Hey, that's
but
pretty
you
good
were
for 8-year-old
following
me.
591.
Ay, Dios mío. That's a lot of people. Then again, I followed all like funny accounts and stuff.
And I just want to say, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but that is our picture saying I got swag. But it says I got swag. That says a lot already.
Well, yeah, read it.
And the description is freaky Irish kid. Love fashion, crazed about makeup. Hates cleaning and love dancing to music.
All sounds really true.
What is happening?
There's treats on the side of Pico's back.
Also, they're trying to get them.
Max.
Honestly,
Max, you're being such a pain.
It's like, come here,
Piss off. Get away from Pico's treats.
Max. Max. No, he's just sniffing. Max.
Give-
Oh my god, they will be the 2 bosses like next to each other. Max.
Oh, Pico is Max's son, by the way. Just to clarify, he's hissing and growling at his dad.
Max. No, you need to come here. Max. That's it. He's like, I
I'm
don't
done.
care about the
I'm
stuff.
done. My son's hissing at me.
Yeah, like disrespect all over the place.
Disrespect. I'm massaging
Pico
him.
is like giving side eye, like
When he's in my lap, he's like, I've got the power now. But when it's just him, he's like,
I'm so sorry.
I listen this.
But yeah, other than this, we're gonna read a couple of like Leah's tweets in 2013 and 2014.
They started in 2011.
11.
If you go right back to the beginning, it's 2011.
Oh no,
they
oh no,
started.
yeah. It's going back. Oh my god, I saw cats.
Did you?
Oh my god,
Let me
I love
see.
you.
Is this video recording?
No, but I'll
Or
just
takes, like, you could take screenshots and insert them
yeah.
where we're talking
I'm
about
gonna
them.
take pictures of what I found at Ishuko because like
We
everyone
literally
loved
just
my
found
new
this.
peak. Like you were already giving people like you need to love this. Everyone loved my new picture. Nobody cared. Oh no. Oh no. I'm gonna follow you. So we have a 2Chicks1Pod Twitter account, but we're not really using it right now.
Yeah.
But we might.
I was never big on Twitter,
Me neither.
so we need to like get the hang of actually
Oh,
using
I
it.
got to the first one, 2011.
My first ever tweet.
Yeah.
In
Hello
my life.
Twitter. That was it.
I am an amazing writer.
And
That's like top notch.
the same day, oh my god, the same day you posted 3 times.
Oh, I was trying to keep up with my followers.
Yeah,
you know?
she was like trying to keep everyone updated about her camera. Oh, this was right after Christmas. This was the 27th, so right after you got all of your gifts, because one of your tweets is like, I got a fab camera for Christmas and it's purple cool, right?
I remember that camera. It was a.
And you got comment. Oh my god.
It was really
I was
pretty.
about to comment.
It was a
on
really
that.
like deep purple, and it
Can
was
I not see
one
the
of those
comments?
fidget something, fid something.
Well, you had a comment, but probably that account is not on this earth anymore. It's not here anymore.
But you should still say the comments.
It says there wasn't one comment, but I can see the comment. It just
What
let
does
me
it say underneath that? Show me.
share this post with anyone.
Oh, it's gone.
But
So it's either
even if
deleted
they
or
are
maybe,
on
yeah,
X
they
yet,
can-
well, that's fine.
We can't see the comments apparently.
Not relevant, these people.
It's probably one of my friends just being like, "Hey."
And the third tweet of the day was, Harry, vote for you at what? So it must be like some sort of contest of One Direction, like.
Let me
what-
see. Harry, vote for
For you
you
at what?
at what? That makes no
Well,
sense.
that was a cool way to say what.
Oh yeah, it was WAT.
It was like
What? Don't choke. Are you okay, buddy?
He's like, I'm ready to fight.
I'm on my mom's lap, so I'm like really.
I'm a big man.
Yeah, I'm a big man.
So, the day after, you kept going 2 times this time. Like, you were just giving it all. Holy Mars, I'm a big fan. Ollie
Ollie-
Mars, I'm your biggest fan.
I love Dolly Murs. I had like all of his shit back in the day.
You disappeared for a whole month
A
after
whole
this.
month.
Yeah.
I wasn't that good at social media when I was
you
8.
reappeared in February saying, "Hey peeps."
Hi. Hey peeps. What's the haps?
What's up, peeps?
What's up?
That's the one after. You tweeted 3 times that day. Anyone there? Like, that's desperate. Like, anyone there, please? Oh no, you did like 6 times in the same time. You were like, come back, come back.
I'm sorry.
I let you. At this point, I don't know if you had followers already, but you must have someone.
Probably just like a couple of friends or
Mm.
something. Because I bet you those 48
Now is the
people were
moment of
family
the
and
begging.
friends.
Like, ask for this podcast. That is Leah on Twitter. Anyone there? Please follow me. All of you, please.
I commented that a lot.
Yeah, like 3 times in a row. It was, please follow me. That is us with this podcast. Like, please follow us.
Screenshot that and just
Yeah,
put
just
it on the
like-
front. Like, please follow us.
I use that from now on at the end of the video.
Please follow me.
us. Please follow me, all of you, please. Again. And that day you just gave up and you were like, night, everyone.
Fuck you.
That was it. You were like, that's it. Hippie Joe, not so great. Done good. Voice of Ireland.
Hippie Joe.
I don't know. I don't know what you used to watch.
I make no sense.
Well, Hippie Joe, not so great. Done good. Voice
Can
of
I see it?
Ireland.
Hippie. Hippie Joe.
Who's that?
Not so great. Done good. I was saying Voice of Ireland brackets. It was someone that performed in Voice of Ireland. I mean,
Oh, okay. So it was a TV program.
do you know the Voice?
Mm-hmm.
This was the Irish version, so someone was called
okay.
Hippie Joe. I'm assuming, and I was like, oh, he done great.
Well, not so great though.
Oh, did
but
I say
done
not
great.
so great?
But you changed your mind. It was like not so great, done good.
Oh, so it wasn't the best, but you done good.
Okay. I guess this is what about the Muppets. I guess that means.
What about the Muppets?
I don't know. You tell me. I'm only tweeting these because I believe in God.
Let me see.
Leah, that's on the internet. I'm just gonna save it.
Can I just clarify? I don't believe in God.
Well, apparently you did at some point in your life.
When I was 8, I didn't believe in God when I was 8. I could have like maybe my best friend.
Maybe made you say
I used
that.
to go to church with my best friend because her mom used to always make us go every Sunday. So whenever I was at her house, she'd bring me to church, and I would just chill, and I'd go up and eat the bread and shit.
So fun. Like, oh, I'm going to my friend's house. What do we do today? We go to church.
We have to go. She would make me come to church with them, because I was at the house, and she was like, "It's only an hour," and we'd be me and my friend would be so bored, we'd just be sat there talking. But all of them believed in God because I went to Catholic schools, but I was the only one that didn't believe in God. Like I done my communion because I wanted the money and I wanted to wear the pretty dress.
Scares me right now.
And I didn't do my confirmation.
I did. But for the gifts. Like my mom basically
See,
forced
I would have
me.
got like 90 quid for my confirmation. I wouldn't have got much because my family's not religious and half of them are.
Also, they wouldn't. Not all of my family are like really religious, but like even if they don't practice.
None of my family do anything to do with religion. One side's Scottish Presbyterian, but again, they don't actually pay attention to
What do
it.
they believe in? God, I guess.
A lot of my family believe there's a God, but we don't really talk about it too much. I'm the only one
No,
that
but
actually
like
voices.
the Scottish
Oh, Presbyterian.
Yeah.
Not a fucking clue. None of them.
It's like Christian people.
No. It's a type of Protestant, I think. That's why.
What do they believe in?
Oh. We don't talk about it because they're not like it was just what they were born into. It's not like none of my family
like
talk
for me,
about
like,
religion because
Catholic because I was born.
I was born Catholic.
Yeah.
Like my dad's always like, do the sign of the cross when you pass a church or a graveyard, and I'm like, if God,
I never did that.
I was like, if he was like, or else like I don't know, he was like, it's just bad or something, and I'd be like, well, if God's real, he'll forgive me.
Or if you hear like boom, that's just my cat jumping.
Yeah. No, I've never believed in God. I was always atheist. Not that we should really talk about religion, but
Well, so you were lying already to your followers.
I don't know what it was. It could have been to do with something. Like it could have been me. Like it could have been a thing or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
My friend posted it and I just reposted it or something. I don't know. But I never did believe in God.
What do you do? Give your mother a bowl of milk for Mother's Day because she cleaned your bum bum.
What? What do you do? Give your mother a bottle of milk for Mother's Day because she cleaned your bum bum? That's not bum. It's bum bum. Bum bum. Not bonbons. Bum bum. I don't know what that means. I was talking some gibberish.
Yeah. Like it was a whole.
These aren't even like
language.
the funny ones. These are just.
Yeah, I'm just going
gibberish.
through them.
Is there any?
Because I
actual,
see that you're quite consistent
I
in
am
your
quite-
social media.
Yeah, I was. I kept up with the times. What?
Yeah. Why nothing special? Cheesy cheese. Hey, what can you catch but not throw? That was you being like, I want comments. What can you catch but not throw?
I don't know. What can you catch but not throw? A cold? A sickness?
Am I funny or what?
Is that all in the same one?
It's the next one in the same day. And after 10 days, you came back. What do you do with 6 turkeys and 5 monkeys?
I hope not cook them. Did I give an answer?
No.
What the?
You just came back. This is May, and you just came back in October. Just like that.
Why
You
didn't
took
I-
a you took
why
a break
did-
from social media.
It was a rough.
It was a
spell.
social media
It was
cleanse.
hurting. Like I was just struggling.
Just chilling in my
'Cause-
living room watching X Factor
As you do.
with the little. The same day, my dad and my little brother is playing fighting in my music room. I'm getting fed up with my little brother's crazy moves. You had enough. You just said it. I'm getting fed up with my little brother's crazy moves.
In the music room.
Yeah, Leah's rich. She's got a music room.
Did-
I guess all the people, they would just come to your house or my house. They would think they were fucking rich, but we're not. It was just a case. It just happened that our parents and relatives decided to build a big ass house.
My music room was we kind of call it like we call it the back room, just because it's the sitting room that's at the back of the house. And the reason we used to call it the music room is because we all played instruments, so all the instruments were in that room.
This is really influencer vibes. Just watching X Factor. I really want Lucy, Ella, or Kai to win.
Mm-hmm.
They're really good. So who do you all of you want to win?
Who do all of you want to win? I think I meant
Yeah.
that was Ella Davidson, I think, and she won it. Did she not?
I don't know.
Do you
X
not
Factor
watch?
in Italy is different. We
Oh,
got
okay.
the
I think that was the year Ella Davidson. I think that's her name was on it. I can picture her.
it's just because like sometimes it's written as you pronounce it. Like what?
People always say I type how I talk.
Yeah, but now you type like you write correctly. It's not like
So I talked different when I was younger though.
you were more yo-yo.
I was definitely not
Because the
yo-yo.
next
I was more
tweet is like yo-yo. Literally yo-yo.
yo. That wasn't actually something I'd say. But when I'm actually typing, I talked like I lived in the country of Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely talked a bit more like with a country accent. Not country like country music, as in country as in like
Slang.
as in like farmer country. Not like
Leah's a farmer.
it's 'cause
Leah the farmer. You can see her with a fork
with a fork.
on the table and be like, "Give me food, lady."
Why is that a farmer?
Well, those are the farmers.
I wasn't a farmer, but I grew up in an area where like my best friend had a farm
I don't even know how to pronounce it.
and
that's
like
fine.
a pet farm and stuff, and I'd hang out with their emu.
Best friend.
Her emu was kind of scary.
What age is George in Union J? Lol.
She's probably like 30 now. Don't know. I saw Union J.
So this one you need to explain it. So just chilling in my bed watching Dancing with the Stars. Night GTG.
Got to go.
Okay. Bye. Sorry, she was so busy like tweeting all day because you tweeted like 4 times because you watched X Factor first and after you watched Dancing with the Stars.
In my bed.
Well, you were watching. Oh, you didn't say where you were watching X Factor this time.
Oh, that would have been in the sitting room. But I was watching Dance with the Stars in my bedroom. I did have a TV in my bedroom, but my parents gave me like their really old Skybox. So only had like the basic channels. Like, do you remember the old white Skyboxes?
Yeah.
The like boxes. I had one. I still have it in my bedroom back home, and I think it was a white one. But I used to like just put on the weird the music box channel, or it's called the box or something. So I must have been just watching it randomly on that because we always watch that stuff together downstairs.
After 2 days after, just home after hanging around with my BFF, eating silver mints. Love them.
Love silver mints. And I'm shocked I didn't put in that they were the blue one, the light blue, the like turquoisey colored ones, not the blue, not peppermint, the spearmint.
Yeah.
I hate peppermint. Now I want silver mints. I've not had silver mints in so long. I used to be obsessed with them.
And after yo yo yo.
Yo. I
Hey,
was hilarious.
enjoy my video.
Oh my god, is
You
it
made a video.
I used to make flipograms and stuff.
Oh.
It won't let us see it. It's unsupported. It's gone.
Please retweet. I made it myself. Happy birthday, Harry Styles. My sister's birthday is in 2 days after yours, and she's your biggest fan.
Paige loved Harry Styles. I was a Liam person. She was a Harry person. And we both really liked. Oh no, I was Zayn. Sorry. I was Zayn. She was Harry.
Oh my god. That is you being like,
Which one? Totes Lollage. Today I seen this freak with curly brown hair, and every day I see her. Her hair is a total pigsty. What a bitch. Totes Lollage.
But like, after I need to find Leah's picture.
This is me in primary school, by the way. And
Like,
me and
you're
my friend,
already like.
me and my best friend loved saying lollage. Totes, as in totally, totes lol. Like basically, totes lollage.
Chris, go on YouTube and look up Codaline.
Love Codaline. I got reintroduced to Codaline recently. I was in the airport and Codaline was playing over the speakers, and I was like, it like unlocked a memory, and I started listening to it, and I was like talking to Megan, and I was like, did you not know Codaline? And she was like, no, I don't know Codaline. And I was like, and I started playing them, and she's like, no, I don't know them. They had like 2 really good songs, and I don't even know where they disappeared to.
So I'm back to the cats.
Oh, they're the ones that sing all I want is nothing more.
Okay, but
to see you knocking at my door.
through because I never actually
I think
known them really well.
I think that's Codaline. Yeah. I'm gonna double check that.
There is no point holding someone down.
Okay.
If you love someone, set them free. If you're in love, use this advice.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
Leah, probably like 11 years old. Leah, like.
Yeah, it is Codaline. I had to make sure I wasn't saying it was the wrong person.
And again, please follow me as many as possible, please.
Please.
And after, thank you for the people that follow me. Really, thanks.
I wonder if I actually got new followers and I was thanking them, or if I was just like, yeah, thanks for the people that currently follow me. Do you get me? Like, I wonder if I asked for more followers and people actually followed me, and then I thanked them for following me, or if I was just randomly
well, maybe
like,
because you got 48 followers.
That's pretty good for primary school, yeah.
It's more than this
I
podcast.
only knew about 10 people.
But more than this
More
podcast.
than we have now.
So
we'll get there, don't we?
yeah, so we need
Please
followers. We need to monetize
Please
this channel.
follow us.
Do it for Pico.
Do it for
I don't know if you
Pico.
can see Max. He was just
They might be able to see like the tip of his ears or something.
he just turned around and looked at Pico like,
Follow for more cat content.
not mine's, because mine's just Pico.
Just Pico.
Yo, in bed, didn't want to be too late tonight, so here I am.
Yo. What's up?
Good night, everybody. Hope you all enjoy your good night's sleep.
Good night, moon. Good night, star.
And it's like, oh, here we go. I'm gonna take a screenshot. I'm gonna try to show it on camera. I don't think it's gonna show,
Is
but
this my duck face one?
yeah.
We can just insert it.
But
We'll pop it on the screen in between us.
can you imagine I just can't match to any of that.
I can help with that.
Too much swag in one pic.
We can do that as well. Screenshot
One
that.
Direction. I follow you now on Twitter.
Not
by
that
the
I'm
way.
gonna update. I can't access this account anymore. By the
So
way.
there's a picture of like another girl. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
Is a
my old
friend or-
best friend from primary school.
I really just want to say happy birthday to Tina Queen.
Her name was not Tina Quinn.
But
We
that's
just
fine.
called her that.
Love ya.
Love ya.
My family's almost reunited. Peter, Karen, Zara, Leah, and Brandon.
Oh, Paige wasn't there. I wonder where Paige was.
It's just not part of the family.
That's why I said almost. But I don't know why we were reunited. This was when I was in primary school. Probably because
So most likely you were living together, but Zara probably
Zara
wasn't.
wasn't. Zara was probably in uni at this point, or moved to
Well, and the
Edinburgh.
rest of it is like spam of logo quiz and
I loved doing
Kim
those.
Kardashian Hollywood.
Oh yeah, I kept playing. I loved Kim Kardashian. I did get to an A-list celebrity, but I wasn't using Twitter anymore when I did. Me and my
Having
sister
fun
played
with
it.
Clumsy Ninja for iPod.
Oh, I used to love that iPod. It's still at home somewhere.
But I'm so sad because I can't find any of my old social medias, and like I think I deleted everything I could.
Do you know what happened to that old iPod? It's a horrible story. One of my best mates was, this was later on in secondary school at this point. One of my best mates broke her phone, and she didn't have like a computer or anything to use to talk to people. So I let her use my iPod until she got a new phone. So I logged out of everything, and she logged into all her Apple
Yeah.
ID account, and so she was using it. And then she got a new phone, so I kept asking her to like bring it in, and she kept like forgetting. And then after a while, I found out, because when she did finally give it back to me, I couldn't get into it anymore. I was completely locked out. And the reason being was that it was wiped or something, and because it wasn't updated to the newest update, it wouldn't
just
let me get back in. It blocked me, so I couldn't use it anymore. And I found out that someone that she knew in her estate done something with their phone, or something happened, so she offered my iPod to them. They were like, oh hey, I'm done using this iPod that my friend lent me, do you want to use it until your phone's sorted?
Yeah.
So she gave it to this random person, some guy that I don't know, and he decided to completely wipe the iPod of absolutely everything. I used to use the iPod to store all my photos. That had all my photos on it, because I had a phone as well, but I kept that memory for like using the phone. And he completely wiped it, used it for his own stuff, and then wiped it again and gave it back to
Your
this friend.
Yeah.
And then that's why she kept putting it off, because this person had it. And when I got it back, and obviously not being able to get into it, I was like, why did you wipe my iPod? And then she was like, oh well, it actually wasn't me, I lent it to this person. And she told me that they asked for it. And I was like, why didn't you ask me? You could have asked me if this person could use it. And she was like, because I thought you'd say no. And I was like,
well,
so
rightfully so now.
So you just decided to give it to them? And she was like, yeah. And then she accidentally slipped out that she offered it to him. He didn't ask for it. She was like, oh hey, use this.
This is when you lie.
We fell out so bad over this, and she spun it that I was an absolute bitch, and that I can't remember exactly what happened, but she tried to we were a group of three.
To turn it against you.
She tried to turn the other friend against me. And so I showed this friend everything. I was like, I can't access this iPod.
Oh my god,
all
can
this
we
shit. I showed her
talk
the
about
messages.
like, now you're making me think about, it's nothing to do with social media and like stuff.
Yeah.
But about group of friends.
Mm-hmm.
In my whole life, I had groups like 3 or 4 people, and they
Same.
always split for some reason.
I hate groups of 3, because it always happens that 2 end up
Being
turning against each
closer,
other, or 2
or,
going
like,
closer, and
and the one is left out, and after they're gonna end up turning against each other, and the third person is just like there,
yeah.
and
But there's
they're
always
gonna use that person to go against the other somehow.
yeah, because that was one of my groups of 3, because I ended up in that group of 3 because I used to be in a different group of 3, and that group of 3 split up because one of them I was best friends with all of secondary school. The one that joined, I was best friends with primary school, and we had kind of fallen separated joining secondary school, and she became friends with me again, and she came into our group of 3, so it's us 3. And then these girls started bullying this girl, who was lovely, by the way. I sat beside her in my business class, and we were friends, we'd chat and stuff like that, and they were absolutely bullying her, and they'd like call her names just passing by her, they'd pet her, like they'd like
like a dog.
like
yeah.
a dog, all this kind of shit. Like, it was actually terrible. And I was like, they would always try and be like, oh Leah, what about you, and like try and get me to say stuff, and I was just like,
Nah.
what? I always would ask, I'd be like, what did she do? Because I'd be like, fair enough if she done like the worst thing possible, but what did she do?
Yeah.
And they would, and like the old friend from primary school, she was like, oh, like I just don't want to talk about it, so it's something to do with her. And then the second friend, she didn't actually know. She was just
following the lead.
She was just absolutely following blindly, turning into this girl. And the 2 of them were just absolutely bullying. And then I started to retreat from them and be like, I
I
don't
don't
want
want
to
to
be
be in
involved with
this.
this.
Yeah.
And I would get in arguments with them about them bullying her. And then they one night were wanting to go out to go for a night out. And they were like, oh, are you coming out? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll go out. Because we were still in the like
Kind of. Yeah.
unsure kind of area. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll go out. And then they were like, okay. I was like, so where are we getting ready? Because we'd always get ready at someone's house and then all go out together. And they were like, oh, well, we're actually somewhere together right now. We're currently in this town, but we're heading to the town that we're planning on going out at night at this around this time. So do you want to just meet us in that town around this time?
Yeah.
They're like, we're not really sure though when we're going to get there, so we can keep you updated. And I was like, well, I don't really want to get ready by myself and go into town not knowing when you're going to be there and stuff like that,
Yeah.
because I didn't know who was out. And I was like, I'm like, why would you invite me out if you two are already out together? Also,
Yeah.
what the hell? And they were being all weird, and I was like, I'd rather not go out. And I was like, or I'll go out with someone else. Like I'll
Yeah.
see you in town, but I'll get ready with someone else. And then I actually ended up, I was talking to the girl that I sit beside that they bully, and she was like, oh, come out with me and my friends. And I was like, oh, really? Because we were never like close, but she was like, no, come out with us.
Yeah.
So I went to this girl's house, get ready with her and her friends, and we go out, and we have like, and my friends were like, oh my god, like how dare you go out with her, like you're a
Well, you kind of
bitch,"
let me down.
all this shit, like, and they would stop texting me for ages as well. So I was like, I don't even know what's going on and you're not contacting me. So I was like, well, I'm gonna go out with these guys, because they actually asked me to come over and go
Yeah.
out and we're nice. So when I was out with these guys, I was like having drinks or something with them at the bar, and then the two friends came in and they were completely ignoring me, and then they'd keep coming over and bully this girl and like pull her hair and shit.
Oh my
Now,
god.
bear in mind, this was when I was 16, 17. This was not like child. This was
Yeah.
16, 17. And they were like full on being such bitches to this girl. And we completely fell.
no.
After that, I was done. I was like, right, fuck off. I was like, I don't want anything to do with you guys. And they were like full on going at me. Started trying to bully me, but I wasn't giving it any attention. I was like, I couldn't give a fuck. I was like, fuck off. So they got bored. And then they just started ignoring me. Like even in class, if we had to work in a group, they wouldn't speak. Like they
Oh my
would just be
God.
dead silent.
I
If
hate
we were
that.
working, I'd be like trying to just be normal. I'd be like, okay, well, we have to do this. And they'd just be like, and then talk to each other and completely ignore me. And I'm like, well, fine, then I'll fucking do it by myself. Like, I don't care. And then when we were in leaving cert, our finishing year, so this was probably a year later, the original girl that then joined our group from primary school, who was the original, who kept saying like, oh, she
I
done this
can't
terrible thing,
yeah.
I just don't want to talk about it. Which, by the way, she didn't actually do anything. That I know that was actually that bad. I think she thought something happened with her boyfriend and this girl, but nothing
Okay.
ever happened with them. So I think it was all just some reason to be mean, but I don't know. But she always sat beside me in English class and we just wouldn't speak. And randomly one day, she turns to me and she's like, hey, look, I want to apologize. Like everything got so out of hand. Like we were mean to you. And she like apologized and it all seemed really sincere. She was like, look, we were so childish. I'm just trying to like be more mature and sort things out. Like we're going to be finishing this year. Let's finish on a good note. And she was like, I also want to apologize for the other girl. Now, the other girl, her older sister was best friends with my older sister. That's how we became friends. So we would all hang out together all the time. So we were really, really close. And she was the nicest human being ever. She was so innocent, so like just pure until she became friends with this other girl. And then she was like fucking, oh, I don't even know. But she was trying to then apologize for the other girl who was still ignoring me and being a bitch to me. And I was like, didn't you fucking apologize for her? If she wants to sort things out with me, she can come speak to me herself.
Yeah.
And she was like, okay, no, that's fair. Never heard from the other girl. Never ever spoke to her again in my entire, like I have never spoken to this girl again. The girl that apologized, I did meet up with her when I went home one of the times and had drinks with her and that. I still wouldn't say that we're like
good
friends.
Yeah.
Like we don't really talk, but we kind of caught up because I know that she has been going through quite a tough life. So I was kind of giving her some leeway because she did have a rough upbringing and a rough relationship and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So she was really going through it. So I did meet up with her and had a drink and talked and stuff like that. and I wouldn't say there's any bad blood there, but with the other girl, to this day, still
In my
no
case,
idea.
I always been parts of groups that
Oh,
are
they
like,
also fell out.
oh, so they're all separate now. It's all like,
because they were planning on going together to uni, and then one of them, the girl that I met up recently, got pregnant and stuff. So
Oh.
she left uni, and the other girl stopped talking, I think, to this girl. So the one that was originally innocent became the bitch of them all.
You never know what hides
Yeah.
behind people.
It's the quiet, innocent ones that turn into the real scary ones. She wasn't even scary either. She was just weirdly cruel, and you're just like, I really don't care. You're like
why?
It was literally like this pig being mean to you. You can't take it seriously. That's what it was like.
In my case, I always been with like group of friends that were like 3-4 people, maybe more. But I was never the one that was in the cool group of friends. Like I would be for a little bit, and after, I always found that these people were like mean for no reason. Even like in primary school when you have no reason to be mean.
Oh yeah.
But they were just randomly mean, so I was like, nah, I don't like it. And I didn't like the fact that you had to be like them to fit in the group. So I always kind of got.
And
I was the friend that was always left out.
And everyone, where you grew up, everyone knew each other, right?
Yeah, like it was kind of small. Like
everyone
the
knew
city
what
was
was
big,
going
but
on.
like
Your
they were like,
section.
yeah, exactly, neighborhoods. Then like you kind of know each other. You
Because
would
my
bump
whole
into
section,
each other.
there was hardly any people. Like everyone knew everyone. Everyone knew what was going on. Like shit spread like wildfire.
And I remember that kept happening. Like even so, in Italy we have primary school, middle school, and high school. Instead of having like year 7 and stuff like that, we have everything separate. And even in middle school, I would have the same problem because for a little bit, I would be part of like the cool group of friends. There's always
you
like
go in and out of it so quickly as well.
And the fact is, like, since I didn't want to be like them, I would always be the one that was left out. So I would just kind of like withdraw myself from situation and just leave the group of friends. And
we
I would
called the cool people the people who think they're cool.
Yeah, and everybody kind of though like acknowledges them as they're cool, like they're the famous one. And stupid me, I wanted to be part of that group and be like, oh, I'm part of the cool ones, because like our school was kind of small, but it was part of a complex of like other schools. So it was like all a complex of schools. So they were kind of known also in these other schools. And for me, it was like, oh, I'm gonna be like famous. Also in other schools, I'll get more friends and stuff like that. But when I realized that to be part of that group, you needed to do things. Like, for example, I always been kind of the student that wouldn't miss schools and stuff like that. I didn't really have any reason for that. But those were kind of people that would do that, and that is what kept them like cool, like, oh, they don't go to school
No
and
one
stuff
skipped
like
school
that.
where I was because they would call your parents as soon as you weren't in a class.
In Italy, it wasn't like that. Like, they would just get worried after a couple of days that you were not showing up. But they wouldn't really
Ours
phone.
was like they roll called in every single class.
And
If you weren't
also,
there, your parents were getting called.
At the time, everything, like, it was really silly. We had these little books. Now everything is like on the phone. So they would just send a text to the parent and be like, absent, not in class or stuff like that.
My mom would get messages being like, why is your kid not in school? And the mom would call me and she'd be like, where are you? And I'd be like, I'm in a classroom working on a project. And she'd be like, will you go tell your teacher that you are in school? Because she's texting me asking why you're not there.
But I felt so guilty, not because I was not meant to tell my mom, because I was not, like, my mom has always been the kind of mom is like, if you want to stay home, just tell me and I'll keep you home. She was like, I'm not bothered, like, I'll just tell the teacher that you're not feeling well. But I'd rather knowing that you're at home, or like I know that you're in this place, instead of just like skipping and I don't know where you are at the moment. But that day, we just randomly decided not to go. And I felt so guilty. So I decided not to be part of those friends anymore, because I'm like, you make me do things that I feel bad about. And after I had to justify with my mom, like, why she needed to sign like a justification for the reason why I was not there. And that happened the same in high school, but it was worse. Because like everything started because I was really alone, because none of my friends from middle school came in my same school. So I was kind of alone, and I met with this girl, And we kind of found each other because we were left, like we were both alone in the same class. So we're like, okay, let's get together. And at the same time, we made friends with another two girls, and we decided to become a group. Basically, we ended up going out together all the time. Like, if there was something to do, we always do it together. If there was group works, we would just do it together. And what I notice in this kind of group, it always happens that inside that group of four, there's two groups of like
yeah.
couples,
Yeah.
and they were started bitching about us, and on our side we were started bitching about them, and we ended up fighting. So me and my friend stayed friends, but we just split from that couple. And after that, we made friends with another couple. There was actually, so this is so messed up, because like the first couple was this girl and another girl that we're gonna call Cindy and Jessica. Cindy and Jessica split, and Cindy got friend with us, and Jessica got friend with another girl that we're gonna call Petra
Okay.
randomly. And I need to remember these names now. Cindy, in the meantime, met another friend that would lately be part of our group. And we're gonna call her.
This is so confusing.
It's really complicated.
Chantal.
Chantal. And we became a group of four. And in the meantime, Petra and the other one, now I can't remember the name, they became friends. And it was our group against their group for like 3 years straight.
Jesus.
Like high school in Italy is 5 years.
I
So
love how it lasted so long. Mine never lasted. Like in terms of like if there was a
But
fight between
that-
two
I
groups, it
felt
never
like
lasted that long.
when that friendship broke up, I felt it was like breaking up with a boyfriend. Because me and my friend were that close. Literally, we wouldn't do anything. Like,
Yeah.
if she was missing school, I was not going to school.
Yeah.
Like, if she was sick, I would be sick for some reason. Like, we were like one. But we kind of like got along with the other two, but it was never like the same as me and her. We got to the end of fourth year, and my mom found out I was smoking. So she was like, "Oh, you're not going out all summer." And my best friend and the other two girls that were part of the group decided to basically join together. And I was like, "Look, girls, my mom is not letting me out. Like, there was no way my mom would let me go out with them because she linked the fact that I was going out with them with smoking.
Mhm.
So she was like, if you're going out with them, you're gonna smoke, so you're not going out with them." Silly lady. Thinking it was all my idea. But like she thought I was like, oh, this poor child. So the whole summer, and during that year I also met my boyfriend. And I remember I got really close to him because obviously I couldn't go out with anyone else. And my mom really liked him because he was all like, no smoke, health, and blah blah blah. So my mom was like, oh yeah, you can go out with him. But my best friend at that point, she kind of like got distant and more distant and more distant. And we ended up like I never the whole summer received one text message from that person.
Parents don't realize how fragile school relationships are.
Exactly.
Like if you
I
disappear
never
for a
thought that
summer,
would happen
you
to
lose all
me.
your friends.
Because I'm like, but this is like shows now like how
Like if we didn't see each other for a whole summer,
it's not like
it would be as if everything was the same.
Yeah, because now I'm grown up and I'm like, that was not really a friend. Like, if you just give up so easily, that means we're not really friends. And she kind of got closer with it. We had a group chat, and they were organizing shit like between them, and
In the
I
group
was
chat.
in that group chat, and nobody was asking like, "Oh, do you want to join?"
Yeah.
Because like towards the end of the summer, my mom was kind of like, "Okay,
Lenient.
so you can go out, but I'll get you there and I'll bring you back."
Mm-hmm.
But she was like, "Yeah."
And you're like, I can't. I'm no friends anymore.
like nobody wants me anymore. And I kind of like I stopped smoking and everything because I was like, that's no point. My mom was literally searching my room day and night to find cigarettes and stuff
See,
like
your
that.
problem was you got caught.
The thing is, like, I don't even remember how I got caught because I think I had a vape.
I was never caught.
And but the thing is, like, what happened is, like, my mom saw my best friend smoking, so I think she kind of thought, oh, she's doing as well. So she went through my stuff one morning because she was looking for something that I told her to go in my bag and look for. And she found a vape. And I lied. I said, that's not mine. And she was like, really? You're gonna
Yeah,
lie
right.
like that? Thinking I was smarter than her, I was like, no, that's not mine. And she was like, yeah, right, that's fine. But obviously she didn't believe it. But the problem is, like, at that point I wasn't just smoking cigarettes. I think she got hints because I was smoking so many joints at that point that I was coming back home like on
Maybe say like spices or something. I don't know if
yeah.
you can say
At that point I was smoking
spicy.
spicy. There was not just cigarettes, special cigarettes.
Yeah.
Special cigarettes, let's say that. And my mom got hints, I think, because I thought I was clever enough not to get caught. But I think she saw the state I was coming back home, but she just decided not to see it. Not to acknowledge the fact that I was in a state. And we were going out for like raves. And I was saying, oh yeah, I'm sleeping at my friend's house. We're watching a movie. I'm going to bed. Bye. That was the moment I was getting ready to go to raves. And I was like 16.
That's hilarious.
And I was drinking, smoking special cigarettes all night. And I would go back home in the morning.
We don't recommend this stuff, by the way.
No, it's really bad. Don't do that.
We just
so
grew
I
up in
think
bad areas.
we just had a pass in which we were doing stuff. So I think my mum just decided not to acknowledge that. But when she finally found the proof that something was going on, she was like, okay, you're not going out with that friend anymore. But I have to
Excuse me, sir.
that all the cats go like, but not Pico.
No,
He's like
Pico's happy.
couldn't care less. And that, I think, was the breaking point. Like, the fact that I told her, I was like, look, my mom caught me, so we need to be really careful now. She wanted to be, because
was
her
it a
parents were
normal-
really like,
Was it a normal vape or was it a special vape?
it was a reusable vape.
But was it
Normal,
like
just
normal?
normal stuff. But the thing is that I believe her parents were more less strict than mine, let's say that, and they were they weren't like so controlling over her around some things because her sister was already like crazy, so they kind of got the experience from the bigger sister, so they were more like laid out.
I was
with,
lucky.
like,
I had two older sisters, so my
I was
parents,
the
by the
first
time
one.
I came around,
So I was at the center of it. Like, every mistake I was making was 1,000 times worse than my brother. Like, my brother done my same things, and he's never got the same consequences that I did. So I think that's what was the difference between me and her. So I feel like she was not okay with the fact that she was kind of blocked by the fact that I couldn't do some stuff. So she got closer with these other friends. They started doing the same things that she was doing with me, but with them. And the whole summer, they went on like holidays and like stuff like together. And I was literally reading over my phone about them, saying, oh, it was so fun, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, yeah, fun.
lucky
And
yous.
the only time I actually reacted was towards the end when they knew, because I would just randomly give them updates like, by the way, I'm free now, I can go out, like, if we're gonna wanna do something. And every time it was like an excuse. So I was like, see what? Fuck it. School started again, and I had to face them because until the summer you don't have to see them. It's fine. But when you go to school, and we always used to have like our seats, like our desk were like one in front of the other, and me and my best friend were sitting at the back, and these two girls like in front of us. So it was a group, and I couldn't avoid them. So the first couple of days I played it cool, but after I was like, see what, fuck off, because they kept talking about their
All the stuff they
holidays,
done.
and I'm like, I'm not even kept in the loop. Like, I don't even know what's going on now. And there was no effort. I got something in my eye. I'm actually crying. I was not kept in the loop at all. And at that point, I just decided, see what, I'm just gonna. At that point, if you were changing your desk, it was like,
Yeah.
because that was our group for like 3 years. And
Mhm.
people, when they saw me one day, I just randomly sat at another table with someone else, and they were like,
There's tea.
the group split.
Drama.
I don't know if you used to have that in your class, but we used to have like representatives for the class. Like there's always two people that would get voted by the rest of the class to represent the class in like general meetings and stuff like that. No.
No, because we had different class. Like every subject was a different.
Oh, different. Okay, so you would have different
We
people all the
didn't.
time.
Yeah, we didn't have like a set. We did have a homeroom kind of thing. Like ours was a tutor class we had.
But like, let's say you were going in the
but-
math class, it would be different people. It wasn't always the same people
Mhm.
that you would find in another class. So in our case, it was a set class of like we were all the same.
we did have certain classes that like our tutor class would have our same tutor class would have the compulsory subjects together.
Yeah.
So we had English, Irish, maths. I think that was it. And then another language which was French, but technically you could choose French or German. So that was
Okay.
also a different class. But the compulsory classes was your tutor class. Any choice subjects where I done like business, accounting, French, they were all different because other people like the other people in my
Picked
tutor
other-
class chose
yeah.
like sciences and stuff like that. So it depends on what you chose on who was.
For
in your
example,
class.
Italy is all set. Like you kind of go with the same people from year 1 to year 5.
Ours
all the way.
kind of split. Our first 3 years, your junior cert, you have your compulsory classes, the
Yeah.
same thing, and then you have 4 or 5 selection classes. So it's all different. And then you go into leaving cert, so it's new tutor class with that class being the same in your compulsory, and then you have different selection classes.
So you're kind of always like
it's
have
always
the,
a little bit of a rotation. You kind of have those core people that you normally end up around the same classes, but
It's just
like-
because you end up choosing the same
yeah.
things.
Like me and my best friend were almost in every single class together, bar like 1 or 2.
But like in our case, so if tea was happening, everybody would know because like the groups were set. Like after 4 years, these are the groups that
Mhm.
the class had, and our group was like the first to break. And for people, because like me and my best friend, we have representative for the class the year before all the thing
Drama.
happened. And so we were going for that. We planned to go for that for 5th year as well. But the thing is, like, when you don't talk to me our whole summer, you don't even ask me, "Are you okay? Do you want to talk? How you doing?" No, and you just talk to me because you want to get representative again. Sorry, but that's not gonna work for me.
Mhm.
So I moved seat, and everybody was like, the group split.
Yeah.
Bad things happening. My best friend approached me to try to talk, and she was like, "What's going on?" And I'm like, "Well, do you realize that?" She was like, "Oh, this is so stupid why you're doing this." And I'm like, "Well, you're not fucking cared about me for the whole summer. You don't even tell me like what the fuck is going on with the rest of the group. Like, why would I want to sit with you?"
Mhm.
And she was like, "But because we've been friends for so long." I'm like, "Doesn't mean anything because we've been friends for so long and you forgot about me so quickly. So you're not my friend." But that whole thing, and after like it came the fact that my boyfriend was trying to defend me, and which is something that I really hate when someone talks for me. And I'm like, I don't need you to tell people the way I feel because I can say it myself.
Yeah.
But he was trying because he saw how hard it was on me, the fact that I never spoke to her since we were so close. So he was trying to take my defense, but he did it in the wrong way.
Mhm.
So start saying whatever I wanted to say, but it doesn't look good from the outside. It looks like you got a spokesperson.
Yeah.
So we ended up fighting even more until like we just avoided each other, and that was all my last year. Like last year was like drama keep happening over drama over drama.
That's so shit.
And since then I decided I wouldn't be part of any group of friends that was like that, because I feel like when in between females it's harder to keep friendship for some reason, because
Mhm.
I'm not the kind of friends that betrays. Like if I don't want to be with you, I just
Remove myself.
yeah, and I just don't want to be there. Since then I decided that I wouldn't want to have any more friends and like any like close friends in that way. And but honestly for me that was I cried like it was me and a boyfriend breaking up, like it was grieving.
Well, I feel like it's also tougher in school when you break up with friends because already people have other groups.
And
so
they're
it's
gonna
hard
get all against you because like people might want to be with like the group and not with the only one that got left out, because I'm gonna be like, oh, if there's a group and you're the one left out, you've done something wrong, so we don't want to be with you. Then I kind of suffered the thing that I wasn't in that group anymore, because that group was also my comfort zone. Like, you kind of start identifying with that group of friends.
Oh yeah.
That was it.
I was lucky. All my drama was before that. Like, honestly, there wasn't that much drama because I had like the one same best friend through the first 3 years of school, and it was just us two all the time. And then that's when the third person came in, and all that drama happened. That was probably fourth, so well, fifth year. So my second last year, we kind of fell out. I became friends with these other two girls. After a couple months, that whole drama happened. Me and the other girl stayed friends. Actually, the
Yeah.
only person that I still speak to in Ireland is the one that messed up my iPad,
Oh, okay.
tried to turn her against me.
Okay.
That other girl, that's the only person that I still talk to in Ireland. That girl that apologized, I don't really talk like.
It's just if it happens, yeah, but it's not like you
I'm not
actually
really
talk to her.
Yeah, I'm not really still friends with her. And then my last year, after that whole falling out with that group, I made friends with another group because I was pally with these two girls, and we decided to go out together one day. And after we'd gone out a couple times together, they were like, "Oh, hey, do you mind if this other girl joins us?" And they're like, "Do you know her?" And apparently, she went to my school the first 2 years or 3 years or something, and then she moved to a different school. But they were like pally with her or something, and they're like, "Do you mind if she joins?" I was like, yeah, sure, what the heck? And it's funny because I never remembered this girl. Like, I didn't know who she was.
Yeah.
And because me and that friend, we always just kind of stuck together and done our own thing. And when I met her, we hit off like so quickly. And she was like, she actually said to me, because I was like, why did you never come and talk to me? Like, I don't remember you ever being in like school, because
I don't like
at the beginning, like from the very first day, it was me and this one girl, and like we would talk to everyone, like we talked to people in our classes. She wasn't actually, I think she was in one of my classes that my best friend actually wasn't in. So I was like, why didn't you talk to me? And she was like, honestly, I thought like you were one of the cool ones, and like I thought you were going to be a bitch. And I was like, why did you think I was one of the cool ones? It was literally me and my one friend. And she was like, because like you guys like would talk to everyone and like go out and like party with all these people. And I was like, well, I was pally with some of the lads, and I was pally with some of the other girls, but
yeah.
most of like on our breaks and stuff, it was just me and this one girl. So I was like, I don't know why you thought that I was one of the cool ones, because the cool ones were these other girls, including the girl that apologized to me. She was one of them. These were the people that thought they were so cool and ran the school and would go around like acting all like pretentious, that kind of way, and like snobby.
Mean girls.
And I was like, you really thought I was one of them? And she was like, well, not one of them, but I thought like you were like one of the cool section. And I was just like, are you joking? I was one of like, I kept to myself more than been a cool person. Like we wouldn't hang out with other people on our break. It would just be us two. But when we went out, we knew the people from school, so we'd chat with them and go out with them and stuff. And then we hit it off, and she was like, you're actually really nice. And we became best friends. And the other two girls and us two, we were a group of 4. And then there was another guy who was friends to us. And so there was 5 of us all together. And me and the girl who thought I'd be a bitch were thick as thieves. Like, we were best friends for my entire leaving cert year. And we were in our 5 group, I guess, but the other 2 girls were best friends, and then the guy was also friends with us all, and we'd do everything together. And then my best friend would always be at my house and like stuff like that. Like we would spend like days. She would come to my house and stay for days. And then that all went smooth. My whole last year was so fun. It was party central. We were going out like every single week, always together, because one of them lived in town. So every time I was going out to nightclubs and stuff, I'd be like, Mom, I'm just staying at hers. And Mom would be like, great, I don't need to get you. My mom was always pretty chill. Like, she would always, like, because we would get buses when I was really young, we'd get buses to like discos and stuff like that. My mom didn't know that I was drinking, but she would like drop me off and be like, okay,
now
cool.
She knows.
Oh yeah, I told her, and she was, because she just has it in her head that I started drinking when I was 15. And I was like, Mom, I was 12. And she was like, yeah, we don't need to talk about that till like after you're married. And I was like, okay, you just keep telling yourself that. Because mom used to say to me, I don't care if you have like a cider or something, but no vodka. And I was a vodka drinker. I always drank vodka. And I'm like, yeah, mom, okay.
Yeah,
thank
sure,
you.
no spirits, but
Thanks, mom. I'll have a Bulmers. It was always, you can have a Bulmers if you want that. I don't mind you having a cider, but don't drink vodka. Honey. I didn't drink cider. It made me feel sick. It was too bubbly. But yeah, by the time I was in Leaving Cert, I was 16 and I turned 17 near the end of it. And Jesus Christ, that year was the best year ever. Like, it was so fun. And then me and that best friend, because I was then moving to Scotland, we kept talking and stuff. But then after a while, like, I would text her and we used to call all the time. And then I'd be like, hey, do you want to call? And she'd be like, oh, I'm actually at work. And I'd be like, okay, no problem. And then I'd be like, hey, you up for a call? And she's like, oh no, I'm like with my family talking. And I'm like, okay, but you can talk to your family whenever. Like, we've not talked in a couple months.
ages, yeah.
Like, she would just text me and she'd keep making excuses, but she'd never be like, oh, I can't now, but what about in 2 hours? Or what about tomorrow? She wouldn't give an alternative. And then it was my 18th birthday and I wanted to do a Zoom call with because it was COVID. So I couldn't go out or do anything. So I wanted to do a Zoom call with my group of friends at home. And all of them were like, yeah, cool, like, let's do a Zoom call. And then my best friend, she was like, oh, like, I told them 2 weeks in advance. I was like, you know, my birthday's coming up. Do you want to do a Zoom call on my birthday? And everyone said yeah. And then the day before my Zoom call, I was saying, okay, I'm going to set up a link and send it to you in the morning, all this kind of stuff. And she was like, oh, that's tomorrow. I actually can't. I'm doing something.
During COVID.
I was like, what? And I was like, I literally told like 2 weeks ago, you know, this is my birthday. You said that you were good to join. And she was like, yeah, no, I actually have to work or something like that, or do something with my family. I can't remember what it was. And so I was quite hurt by that. I was like, we have not had a phone call in months. Like, it's my 18th birthday during COVID, so it's not like I can do anything. And she kind of ditched that Zoom call. So I was like, okay. So I had the Zoom call with my other friends, and I was quite mad at that. So afterwards I confronted her and I was like, I'm really hurt. You've not spoken to, like, we've not had a phone call in ages. You skipped out on my birthday after me telling you 2 weeks before. Like, you could have been like, oh, look, I'm so sorry, I'm going to have to work that night. Can we do it the next night? Can we do it this time? And she was like, oh, well, it's your birthday. I didn't want to like move it. And I was like, it's a fucking call. Like, if you're working on my birthday, it's not your fault. If you're scheduled to work, that's fine. We can call earlier in the day or the next day. That's fine. I just wanted to catch up with all of you. And then she was like, well, you know, I'm busy. Like, I'm doing this, that, and the other. And I was like, yeah, but you never offer up an alternative to anything. And then she started turning it on me. And she was like, well, you're the one that stopped. Because after a while, I stopped asking her for phone calls and stuff, and I started distancing myself. Yeah. And she's like, well, you're the one that stopped trying. You're the one that stopped trying, like, asking me to call. And you're the one that stopped, like, trying to call me.
I had an idea. So, because something really similar happened to me when I moved to Scotland. Because I had a best friend, but we were like... So I had my best friends in high school, but I had a really close friend since we were in primary school. And we kind of grew up together. And we were kind of friends that it doesn't matter, like, if we don't phone each other or didn't see each other for months. The time we were catching up, it was like, hi,
another cat.
His name is Greenfield, but we call him Screenfield. Hi.
It sounded like you said the exact same thing there.
Well, Screenfield. Hi. So something really similar happened to me when I moved here. I had this friend. Yes. You don't know about this. He's like, I got lots of friends. They're all sleeping now. Oh my god. Pico's giving bombastic side eyes, like,
bombastic side eye.
Criminal offensive. Yeah, he's literally like, don't bother me.
He's like, I'm sleeping.
Something really similar happened because my fault, I think it was the fact that when I finished high school, like literally 1 week after, I left for Scotland. But I didn't want to say it to anyone because I was like, I want to make sure I actually want to move out before to put everyone on like alarm. Like, the only people who actually knew were my parents.
See, my friends knew. They all came to mine and we all went for a dinner together, a goodbye dinner. So like we were so close. Like they knew
Yeah.
everything. They were preparing. Like my
Yes.
friend, like they cried. I cried. Like it was a whole thing, and yet this thing happened still.
So in my case, my fault was like, so I told her the day of, so in Italy we have something that is like kind of a dissertation that you do for uni, but you do it for your last year.
Okay.
And you go there and literally got teachers. Not all of them are from your same school.
Mm-hmm.
And they ask you questions about everything, every subject you've done. They're gonna ask, he's making biscuits. Yes. They're gonna ask you about everything. And you need witnesses at this exam. I was her witness for her exam, and she was my witness for my exam. And that day, my mom, like right before I was going in for my exam, she said, "Oh, did you tell her that you're leaving?" And I'm like, "Mom, this is not the moment," because I was in so much tension. I completely forgot to mention that. So I was like, "Okay, fuck, I'll tell her once I've finished." And my mom just said it. And she thought I told her because we were so close that she was like, "Oh, she's gonna be surely one of the people that knows." But I never said that. And I felt she was kind of like, "Why did you not say anything to me?" And once I finished my exam, I told her, I was like, I was planning, but I wasn't sure yet. So I didn't wanna say anything until everything was sorted. But we kept like in touch even when I first moved here. But at some point, I was the one that kept reaching out, like, "Hi, can I phone you?" And
Trying to
to be
maintain
honest,
it.
she, after I explained her my reasons why I didn't say anything just yet, she kind of looked cool with it. Like, she was okay. And I was like, "Promise me we're not gonna, like,
Fall out
not
of
gonna
touch.
talk. Yeah, let's keep talking." Like, and also, we all have phones. Like, come on, there's no excuse not to text
And you
someone
visit
or to.
home as well.
Exactly. And that was another big breakup for me, but it wasn't like drama breakup. It was just us not talking.
Separated.
Yeah, just like
Oh,
not
no, ours
literally
was dramatic.
like not like yours, for example. You kind of fought, like you had a back and forth. Like in my case, we just stopped texting.
Just stopped. Because like ours was an actual fight because she was like, you stopped like calling, you stopped doing this. And I was like, you never even tried. So you can't fault me for stopping. Like, it's
Yeah.
not my fault. Like, you never would call me.
And with this friend, the tricky thing, so she introduced me to her family. So me and her bigger brother, we're all friends, and they introduced me to their friends and her family and her cousin. We ended up being together because we met. We're like, "Oh yeah, let's create some drama." So we end up being together. Um, she always found it funny. She was like, "Oh, it's so funny that like you're my best friend. There you are with my cousin," and they were really close.
Wait, as in like,
No,
oh, okay, is this
it
different?
was a previous boyfriend. This was right before him, Mr. Cameraman. We
You're gonna hear the purring in the mic.
Yeah, that is actually so relaxing, right? He's making biscuits.
ASMR with the cans.
Yes, purr. And she always found it funny, but we ended up breaking up, and we always kept it cool because like we kept going to things together in which I would see him. But she knew that for me that breakup was quite hurtful. But she was always like, I have to say, really fair as a friend. Like he's coming, so I don't think you want to come. But if you want to come, I'll stick for you. But something really weird happened because when I moved here, I stopped talking to her like altogether. We just never text again because I reached out so many times that at some point I'm like, I want to see if you reach out.
Mm-hmm.
And when I don't see that you're reaching out to me, I'm just like,
well, fuck you.
bye then. But my ex-boyfriend would text me and ask me like, how's it going in Scotland? Because we, even though I was hurt, we left in good terms because we had this person in common.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't want to make it more weird than what it was already. He was the one reaching out, and I told him, I was like, me and her are not talking anymore. And he was like, oh, I'm surprised, thinking like how close you were, that you're not talking anymore. And he was like, I think you should reach out to her and just clarify things. And I'm like, look, mate, nah, because I've been doing this for months, and
She's not getting back to me.
like not even a text message. Like in your case, at least she would just text back. Not even that
Not all
anymore.
the time, but yeah.
Not even that. And like if I was saying, oh, I'm coming back home like this day, do you want to meet? She'll be like, oh no, I'm going to uni, or like I'm gonna see this person, but like I'm gonna be there for a week, and we are meant to be best friends. So can you make 1 hour of your like week to meet and catch up? But
No.
But I was thinking, like, all of this, just to introduce this thing, we should text these people.
Do you know what's funny? Is that this best friend of mine, after we argued, she blocked me on everything. And because of her blocking me on everything, my other friends from that group stopped texting me. So anytime I'd go home and be like, hey, does anyone want to catch up? They'd be like, oh no, I'm doing this, oh no, I'm doing that, oh, that kind of way. And it all happened after she blocked me on everything. But recently, literally like last week, I get a friend request
From her.
which is funny as well because I think her twin, is it a twin or maybe slightly old?
Irish twin,
I think
maybe?
either she's slightly older than her, like maybe like they're either really really close in age or they're twins. I can't remember. But her sister added me like a year after she had blocked me and everything, because this was over 3 years ago that she blocked me and everything. And her sister had added me on everything, and I was like, I wonder if it's for my friend to see if I'm like saying anything or doing anything. So she got her sister to add me. And then recently, actually a while ago, she added me back on, or I started seeing her post on Facebook again.
So that means
she would have unblocked me. And then on Instagram, because if you block someone, you have to then re-request friendship. And like last week or the week before, I got a friend request from her. And I was like,
So in my case, we never stopped. Well, with my high school best friend, yes. We spoke only once right before my exam. She was like, by the way, I want to wish you luck. And my mom was like, don't fucking answer to that. That is bad luck. But I said, thank you very much. And I've done the same for her. But with this friend, we actually never unfollowed each other or blocked, because there was never a fight there. But sometimes in my brain, I have that intrusive thought, like, should I just text her and be like, hi?
I just thought it was so funny that she like requested to be friends with me, because that means she would have had to unblock me, like think to go
Like
into
remember
her blocked,
you and be like,
unblock
oh,
me, re-request to be friends with me. Like what made that happen? Like you don't just randomly go through your blocked and be like, oh, I don't need to block them anymore, I can unblock them and re-request to be friends with them.
Yeah.
Like
I would randomly unblock people, but I wouldn't
like re-request to be friends with them,
because like that is like
especially
showing
after
sign that I
3
was
years.
thinking of you. Yeah. No.
My God, baby. Pico, no go. Pico, come back.
Pico, you were the star.
Pico, come back. Pico. Pico's named after Pico Chicken, which is the chicken that's inside the McCrispy at McDonald's. And I named him before I ever even had a cat, because I was really drunk in a McDonald's and I was eating a McCrispy and I was so hungry and I was like, this is the best thing ever. And because I knew the chicken was called Pico Chicken from working at McDonald's, I was like, I'm going to name my cat after this, because I knew I wanted a cat. I just didn't have a cat. And in fact, this was like 6 months before I ever had Pico. And I was like, if I ever have a cat, I'm going to name him after this burger and name him Pico. And that was I just made the decision there. And then 6 months later, Val had kittens. And so I got Pico and I was like, his name is Pico.
To think about that, Pico is younger than him and is bigger than him.
Yeah, Pico's massive. Pico, what are you doing? He's trying to get under the blanket. Pico, you can get under this blanket. Peaky baby.
That would be a thing to do though. Just to text random people and be, hey.
I have no idea. I'd be scared. That's not like scared, but I mean as in like I would, if she replied, I would have to have I'd have to converse with her.
No. Just like, hey, and just leave it there.
Hey, why did you unblock me?
makes me think about something else, but that will be for the next episode because I just decided that we're gonna record an episode about my wedding and about the guest list
Oh, nice one.
and just the drama around it. Yeah, that was it. That was just
it's dark now. Pico, are you gonna say bye?
Screamfield.
Come here. Don't hiss at me.
Don't you try.
He's like, I don't want to say goodbye. Pico, say goodbye.
He's like,
Gonna say goodbye. Thank you for watching, and
yeah, that.
bye. Oh, oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah.
He's like, I'm
Yeah.
not sorry for this.
Yeah. He's like, we're done recording now.
I'm tired. Even though he slept through the whole thing, but he's tired now.
Okay. See you in the next one.
Bye. Oh no, it was so warm under here. Pico man.
Cause you're gonna get burned.